If someone had told me before the Champions Trophy started that Australia would be out and Bangladesh would be in, I'd have said, look, either you're slightly nuts or you're a soothsayer, you know where the world is headed. But that's how it's turned out to be. I mean, Australia could turn around and say, look, the rain affected us. In all fairness, Australia would probably have won one, lost two. You never know where net run rate would have gone, but it's not in the Aussie way of things to complain. You never know what the net run rates would have been. The fact is that Australia played poor cricket. If you see our Champions Trophy preview, one of the things we talked about Australia was their bowling. And we said, it's what a thought it is that you've got Stark, you've got Hazelwood, you've got Cummins, you've got the option of having Pattinson, you've got Zampa if required, you've got a fantastic bowling attack, two of them bad as well. And I thought it might well be the bowling attack of the tournament. What did we see today? 36 for 3, lovely conditions, the ball is seaming around. They come back after the break, Stokes and Morgan start batting. And honestly, I've been in a few inter-college matches myself. I looked at that and I said, England are playing a college side. When Stokes and Morgan started attacking the bowling, there was no comeback. You didn't see Australia retaliate. Great Australian teams would come back hard at you. And this Australian team just didn't seem to have any ideas left. And that is where I think the match turned. But this is the story of England. What does it tell you about England? 36 for 3, most teams, I dare say almost any team would have said, let's play this phase out. Let's ensure we're not losing any more wickets. But this magic wand that Eoin Morgan has cast over this England side, they don't know fear. They're playing like the great Aussie sides of the past, only looking ahead. And I thought the turning point was those two balls immediately after the rain break. Mid-Stark came out. Shane Warne has often complained that Stark is not aggressive enough. The first two balls were gentle looseners, half volleys. Morgan hit them for 4, and thereafter we just saw a brilliant partnership. 159 in 25, 26 overs. Ben Stokes is looking like a world beater. But what about Eoin Morgan? I mean, we see him year after year after year in the IPL, and he quickly gets on the fly, changes his clothes, becomes a different person, and he comes out to play for England, and wow, what a player. So England flexed their muscles, and when they did, Australia had nowhere to go, and I think this was a commanding performance, maybe even England's best performance of the Champions Trophy. Right, and here's the question for today. Sahil Jain asks, where did Australia lose the game? Was it the collapse at the death or failing to capitalize after taking 3 quick wickets? It's a tough one, Sahil, because both contributed. Now let's look at the first one. If they had not collapsed at the death, what would have happened? Would they have gone on to make 300? Who's to say that England in that form would not have chased 300? So yes, they were short. Yes, it made it easier for England to chase. But I think at 36 for 3, they still had the opportunity. Maybe the rain took away the momentum. But if I had to choose between one of those two, it would have to be 36 for 3. What else happened? At 36 for 3, everybody in Dhaka and Sylhet and Chittagong and Khulna and Cox's Bazar, they're all sitting like this thinking, what happened yesterday? And now what are they saying? Send Stokes and Morgan as High Commissioners to Dhaka.